summer show on a Sunday night.
I'm gonna do number 1 to number 6, and Amena, she will continue the rest of it. So logarithm property 1 is log a to the x in base a is equal to x. As you can see that over here is x and x. That means that this x, the power of a, must be equal to the answer. For example, log 3 to the power of 9. No, it's log 9 to in the base 3 is equal to log 3 to the power of 2 in base 3. And this equation is equal to 2. See? The 2 and the 2. It should be the same number. Like this one. And the next example is log 125, I'm sorry, in base 5 is equal to log 5 by 3 in base 5. So what's the answer? Yes, you're right, it's 3. The same as the first one, you see? The 3 is x and the power is x too, so x and x should be the same, like what it have been stated up there. So the first property, I hope you get it because it's really easy. The first one, let me remind you again, the first property is log a to the power of x in base a is equal to x. The power and the answer should be the same number. Second property is log a in base a is equal to 1. So the number of the log and the base of the log, if it was the same, the answer gonna be 1. Let's try some questions. Example, log 5 in base 5 is equal to 1. Let's try another one. Example 2, log 9 in base 9 is equal to C. So you don't know what's the answer, just go to property. The property states that if the number and the base are the same, the answer should be 1. So the answer is gonna be 1. See? The answer is gonna be 1. So the second log is, no, the second property, I'm sorry. The second property is log a in base a is equal to 1. The third one, third property, it is log 1 in base a is equal to 0. So this means the number of log doesn't matter. The thing that matters here. No, the number of the base doesn't matter. It could be 1, 200, -1, -10, whatever. But this number, if it was 1, no, if it is 1, the answer is gonna be 0. For example, log 1 in base 10, the answer is gonna be 0 because the number is 1. It doesn't matter, the base doesn't matter. It could be 100, 1 trillion, 1 billion, whatever. Just the answer is gonna be 0 if the number is 1. And let's try another one. Example 2. Log 1 in base 8. I'm sorry. The answer is gonna be 0. easy as pie. The fourth property is kind of a bit complicated because we have 4.1 and 4.2. The 4.1 is log b in base a, and it's divided by 2. The first one is if b is negative, it is undefined. And the second one is if b again is 0, it's also undefined. So easy. If the b is negative or 0, it's undefined. For example, log negative 4 in base 10 is equal to, no answer, we can't find any answer, so it's going to be undefined. And another example, log 0 in base 10 is going to be undefined. 4.2 is about, yep. So in this one we have to simplify the equation. So I can write for you. Simplify the question. Question. Simplify the questions. And the property is log x y in base a is equal to log x in base a plus log y in base a. Got it? No, for sure. So, for example, log 190 in base 5 is equal to log 19 in base 5, log 19 times 10 in base 5, and that's gonna equal to log 19 in base 5 plus log 10 in base 5. See? And another example, so that you're gonna get it crystal clear. Log 24 in base 2 is equal to log 6 in base 2 plus log 4 in base 2. The property 5 states that if log x in base 10, here, if log x have base 10 is equal to log x, no base 10. You don't have to put base. Why? Because most of it, the log, like the common log, is log in base 10. Always log x in base 10. For example, log 5 in base 10 is equal to log 5. Easy as pie. Another one, log 143 in base 10 is equal to log 143. See, log 143. Just remember that if that log have base 10, it's always equal to the number of the log. Log b in base a plus log c in base a is equal to log b times c in base a. So this is not difficult actually, it's just so similar to simplify, but this one we have to put it together, not simplify. Okay. For example, log 5 in base 5 plus log 5 in base 5. The answer is gonna be log 25 in base 5. But you see this? 25. We can simplify 25. So that has to be log 5 to the power of 2 in base 5. That's the answer. But if you have learned further than that, you're gonna know that this power we can put it in the front. If we have to do that, the answer is gonna be 2 log 5 in base 5. See? Just shift this number to the front if the teacher asks you so. And the last example, but not the least, log 9 in base 10 plus log 8 in base 10 is equal to. As you can see from these questions, we have the base 10. Do you remember property 5? If the log is base 10, you need to write the base 10. So this is gonna be log 9 plus log 8 only. And log 9 plus log 8 is equal to log 9 times 8. And that's gonna equal to log 72.
Let's start off with property 7. And this is the what do you call the equation or the formula for property 7, which is log b in base a minus log c in base a. It's gonna be log b divided by c in base a. This is because, as you may learn, that if there's minus sign, which means that this it's gonna be divided. So b divided by c. That's it. So let's give an example. Log log 2 by 4 in base 2. It's gonna be equals to, now I get this thing like this thing. There. It's gonna be equals to log, there's a, so 2, and b is up there, so log 2 in base 2 minus log 2 again. It's gonna be 4 up there, so 4 in base 2. So now you get this. So from this you can solve if the number is the same as base, which means that this it's gonna be 1, as you have learned in property something. 1 minus this, you can, for 4 you can separate it. It's gonna be log 2 to the power of 2, which is 4, in base 2, which is this thing. Pull it down. So as you know, if this is the same, it's gonna be, if this, as you've learned in property, if the number and the base is the same, you just get the power. So it's gonna be 1 minus 2. Bring that down there. So 1 minus 2 is equal to -1. Yeah, so this is the answer. So now clear with property 7. Let's move to property 8. There. Property 8. Property 8 is n times log b in base a is equals to log b in base a, but b is to the power of n. Just move n there, move it up there to be the power of b. So let's do some example. 2 times log 6 in base 4. It's gonna be log 6 in base 4 to the power of 2, because you move 2 up there as power. So there you go, 2. And now you can solve, because 6 to the power of 2, it's gonna be log 4 to the power 36 to the power of to the base 4. There, one example. Log 5 50. You can break out as log 5 2 times 25. It's gonna be log 5 base 2 plus log 5 in base 5 square. So this one's gonna be log 5 2 plus this one is gonna cancel out, and then there are 2. So it could be this, or another way it could be this. So yeah, that's it for property 8. So let's go to the next property. Property 9. There. Property 9 is so simple, where a to the power of log x in base a. So as you can see here, a and a is the same, so we just bring down the x. So let's do an example. Property 9. Example. 7 to the power of log 7 to log 9 in base 7. So what's the answer? The answer is 9. Just bring down this, bring down there. There. That's your answer. Another example? Of course, yes. Give you another example. 10 log maybe 6 in base 10. So the answer is gonna be 6. Just bring 6 down there. That's it. That's it for property 9. Let's move on to property 10. Okay. Next is property 10, and this is the style of the question, whatever you call that. Log b to the base of a, and as you can see that b is to the power of m and a is to the power of n. So from this, it's gonna be this, which you can see that m divided by n, m from there and n from there, times log b in the base a. Now let's give example. Example. There. Log 25 in base 4. It's gonna be equals to, it's gonna be equals to log 2 to the power of 2. You break this out, and then you break this out too. So it's gonna be 5 to the power of 2. So after that, it's gonna be log, it's here and here, it's kind of similar. So it's gonna be oops, I did something wrong. It's gonna be 2 by 2 times log 5 in base 2. There. So 2 by 2, you know it's going to be 1, of course. So 1 times log 5 in base 2. So this out. This is the answer. Hope it's correct. And the next one, it's going to be changing base formula. There. Actually, this is one kind of property, but it have name, so we call it as their name. The rest they doesn't have the name, so we just call it as property 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So changing base, the formula is that one. It's gonna be log b in base a. It's equals to log c in base b divided by log c in base a. Example for changing formula. Example, log 7 in base 6. It's gonna be equals to log 7 in base 10 divided by log 6 in base 10. Okay, from here in base 10 and in base 10, you've learned this from the fifth property, which if the numbers is in base 10, you don't have to write. So from this, it's gonna be log 7 divided by log 6. There. 7, 6, like that. So from here, actually, I don't really know how to calculate this with a hand, so we just use a calculator to calculate this thing out. Let's check. Calculator. There, calculator. So you press on log there. 7 equals there. So log 7, it's gonna be 0.85 divided by log again 6 equals to 0.78. So now after this, you could get the exact number. So from this, you divide them together, and the answer is gonna be 0.85 divided by 0.78 equals to 1.09. So this is the answer. This is the exact answer for log 7 in the base 6. After that, let's go to the last property. Property 11. It's gonna be log b in base a, which is equals to 1 by log a in base b. Now just put 1 up there to that's it. So example, log 5 in base 1 to 5, it's equal to 1 by, you swap that up. So you swap a and b like that. Just swap it. So this one is gonna be log 5 1 to 5 in base 5. So now this number you can separate up. It's gonna be 5 to the power of 3. So now there you write 1 by log 5 to the power of 3. There. So as you know that if it's like this, you cut this out there. So the answer is going to be 1 by 3, or if you calculate it, it's gonna be 0.334. It goes on and on and on and on. Yeah, so that's it for the property. Hope you enjoy, Mr. Mustafa, and thank you for watching. Okay, for the next topic, it's gonna be about neutral logarithm. In neutral logarithm, it says that e to the power of x it says that e to the power of x is equals to y, or in the same way we can write log y in base e is equals to x. Like this, you do the circle, e to the power of x is equal to y. It's the same thing. So it says that ln x stands for log x in base e. So in this, it could be ln e to the power of x, which the answer is gonna be x. Bring that there, x. The example for this could be, for example, ln e to the power of 7 is equals to 7, because you bring 7 there. And this, after this, it could have the second one. This is the first one there, and for the second one, it would be ln e is equals to 1. If the equation give ln e, the answer is gonna be 1, always. For the third one, ln 1 is equals to 0. If this is 1, the answer for this thing, the whole thing, will be 0. For the fourth one, the last one, e to the power of ln x, this is a forecast, is equals to x. This is because there, bring it down there, e log x in base e, because this ln x is like e ln x there. Ln x stands for log e to the power of x. So we write there log e to the power of x instead of this. This is equal to x, because as you've learned in property 1, if if this and this is the same, you just bring down the power like that. And yeah, that. If this number here and this number is the same, you just bring down that one. Okay, let's do an example for this. What example? ln Yeah, if it's ln e, it will be 1. So I can give the example for that. And this one also, if it's ln 1 is equal to 0, it will be like that, constant. And this we can do. Example, a ln 3 is equals to, of course, 3. This is because a log a 3 in base a. So if this and this is equal, the answer will obviously be this, 3. Yeah, that's it. And for some example for natural logarithm, this one, if we mix to solve the equation, it'll be ln x to the power of 5 times z to the power of 7 is equal what? This one, you bring this there, bring this obviously there, because you need to separate this out. It's gonna be log ln x to the power of 5 plus ln z to the power of 7 there. And this, you bring this in front there, bring this in front there. So it's gonna be 5 times ln x plus 7 times ln z. There, like that. And this is the answer. Another example. Now, ln x to the power of 3 times ln x to the power of 6. Now in this question, the base, the here and here, it's the same. So now you break this. Oh, you don't have to break out, it's already break out. So now you just bring 3 and 6 down. 3 plus 6. Because if you break this down, the times is gonna change to plus, as you learn in property for the logarithm. So 3 plus 6 is gonna be 9. So the answer is 9.
Logarithm function. The first step, you need to find the VA, which is the vertical asymptote. For example, f of x is equals to log 2x minus 8 minus 1. There, the first thing you need to find the VA, which is you get this here to find the VA. So 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. So you move 8 there. It will be 2x is equal to 8. And then you divide by 2 to get x. X is equal to 4. So this is the VA. This is step 1. And the second step is you need to find x-intercept by making the function 0. It will be log 2x minus 8 minus 1 is equal to 0. So you move 1 there, be log 2
to x minus 8 is equal to 1. And then after that you do a circle. This to the power of this is equal to this. 2 to the power of 1 is equal to 2x minus 8. There, so you can find the x. So 2 to the power of 1 is 2. So you move 8 there. It'll be 1 minus, it'll be plus 8. It'll be 10 is equal to 2x. So you divide by 2, divide by 2. X is equal to 5. So after that you need to find the substitute x for at least 2 points, which is the number which is greater than 5 and a number which is lesser than 5. So you use the same equation, which is log 2 to x minus 8 minus 1. There. So substitute the x. For example, we choose a number which is greater than 5, which is 6. X is equal to 6, like that. And it'll be log 2 times 6 minus 8 minus 1. And then it'll be log 2 times 6 is 12 minus 8 minus 1. It will be 4 minus 1. So now this, we're gonna separate this and this first. So we're gonna solve this, which is log 2 in base 2 to the power of 2, because 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 4, is minus 1. So this, as you know, this is gonna cut out because the base and the number is the same. So we're gonna bring down the power. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So in this point, it's gonna be 6, 1. This is the point in the graph, 1 point in the graph. So this, we're gonna make the graph here. This is the graph. So first we need to graph the VA. We find the VA, which is 4. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there, 4. Graph there 4, like that. For the VA, we're gonna graph as the line is gonna be a dashed line, a dotted line, like that. And for the next one, we've graphed the x there, 5, and this one it's gonna be 5, 0. So this is 5 and 0. The dot is gonna be here, the first dot there, and the second dot, which we've done, it's this one, 6 and 1. So there's 6, and probably this is 1. So there, this is the second dot. And then there you graph like that. It's gonna be like that, like that. The line will not touch this VA thing. It's the rule. Yeah, that's it for the graph.